Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jubu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. There's an old saying that is, the show must go on. I mean, seriously, it's got to go on, no matter what you do. Um, I'm actually here in Atlanta, um, tired as can be. We got here about five or so, and then we've been running around like crazy, trying to get situated. And we were going to this restaurant that was like a healthy restaurant, and it was like 20 minutes away. And by the time we got there, found out it was like an hour and a half wait um, to get in. And then it was like, you know what? Let's just go get someplace back by where we're staying. We got back over here and found out, I was like, let's go to Five Guys, and that was still like forever away. So it's like literally, I think I spent as much time running around um, here in Atlanta trying to get something to eat and all that as I did in the whole state of Georgia, but it's all good. We are here, we are ready to rock and roll, and I came this close to just saying, you know what, I'm not going to do this tonight, but I'm not sure when I haven't done a live stream. I think one time I was in an airport coming back from a Super Bowl that I tried and maybe it didn't go through. So it's like, you know what? I can't, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to set up the next 10 days here in Atlanta. So regardless of what they say, the show must go on. So I'm actually just doing this with my cell phone. Like I said, I didn't feel like breaking out all the equipment and everything else. So bear with me, guys. So I get accused. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? So I've got my laptop right here in front of me. I don't have my big screen. I'm not sitting at my desk, so it does feel funny doing my main live stream and stuff down here. And after live streaming on the other channel, coming down the road as long as we did, it's like, what is there to talk about? No, there's always stuff to talk about. I am. It bugged me yesterday that hopefully you can see everything and it sounds okay. Because like I said, I'm just doing stuff with my. Oh, wait a minute. I bet you can't hear me. Hold on one second. Hmm. Okay. Headset was in the other room, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me do a sound test here and see. You're probably going to get an echo. Let me double check. Okay, so you can hear me. Cool. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we got. Yesterday, Incognito, you know you're my boy. Stellos 300, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Incognito, you know you're my boy and stuff. But you kind of got on my skin a little bit there because you were going through and you were saying that here it is, or somebody was, and maybe I missed someone because stop snitching, man. No, Jason, shut up. Somebody went through and they kept saying that, here it is, a white, Princeton educated man and stuff that's being bypassed, and I keep pushing agenda for Chris Richard, as in saying that I'm trying to push Chris Richard solely because he's a black guy and that I am a mixed race person. Because through there that, well, I don't know why he identifies as black. Well, let's start there. According to our founding fathers, if you're 1/15 black, you're black. Okay, so let's start there. No, it's true. No, honey, just stop for a second. So I am a black person. But the reason I push Chris Richard to be head coach is because of what his body of work is. I also talked about having John Gruden before John Gruden went crazy in Oakland to being the coach because I looked at John Gruden and I said, he's a guy that takes teams that are established and takes it to another level. I said John Gruden is not a guy who builds teams because he took the team that Tony Dungy built, took them to a Super Bowl, but when it was time to elevate that team and rebuild, that team went in the toilet. And you can see what he's doing in Oakland. That's not the guy you want to be the guy building the team. That's the guy you want to coach the team. And that's why I wanted John Gruden here. I look at Chris Richard and what he's been able to do with our defense, his fiery attitude, relating with players and things like that. It has nothing to do with the color of the skin. I look at a coach, everybody else on this channel the same way. So, Jason Garrett. I have to give Jason Garrett credit because this team could have imploded. It could have imploded when we were 3-5. When people were talking about who's going to be the next head coach, who are possible replacements for offensive coordinator, and things like that. But this team stayed together, and you could see other teams that crater. You can look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that's won a couple of Super Bowls since we have, that cratered and literally imploded. You can look at the Washington Redskins, but then again, the Redskins, they always implode. So I don't judge by race. I judge by the character of a person's heart and what they do on the field. Thank you very much, Jason Garrett, for that. And Jason Garrett, like I said, I got nothing against you, Jason Garrett. But the body of work, generally speaking, if you don't win a Super Bowl within 5 years, you don't win it these days. You don't. Nobody has. You look at Jason Garrett is the only person who's been hired since 2010 with the same team that doesn't have a ring. And you can look at guys who have a ring that are getting fired. And you can look at a team like the Rams that just a few years ago they were 4-12. They fired the coach. They're in the Super Bowl. You can look at John Fox with Denver, who took the team to the Super Bowl, got fired, and it ended up being that God, can't think of it. Took them to the Super Bowl. They won. You could look at the Atlanta Falcons, who fired God, White. God, I can't remember his name. Jeez. But they fired his coach. And then, boom, 2 years later, they're in the Super Bowl. So it's not like it's not precedent. We have been just good enough not to make it, but not bad enough to fire a guy. So here's the thing. What I always do is, and let's face it, football is speculation. It's speculation. You can go through with all the numbers and all. Jason Garrett, I'm sitting there crucifying you. You're still super chatting me. So thank you very much for the super chats. What I always try and do is I try and look at the whole picture, the whole body of work, the stuff that's happened in the past, the stuff that's going on, and try and connect the dots. Okay, that's why when I said Des Bryant, I said was gone, and nobody else said that. Everybody else said, nah, it's coming back. No, I'm telling you by looking at Stephen Jones. And Stephen Jones right now basically put Jason Garrett on blast. And Jason Garrett is literally right now like a dog with his tail between his legs that has literally been beaten. Big Dog, appreciate the super chat. Because he's not talking anymore. He's not talking and saying anything. He is literally gunshot right now. So here it is. He is the head coach of the Pro Bowl, and all 3 days, nothing. So he knows he's got no power, no play, or anything else. And the whole contract issue, you ask Stephen Jones, he deferred to Jerry. Jerry basically, we ain't talking about that. So that's where you have to start saying, I don't know. I don't know. Because he went into the end of the season, hey, I love the way our guys competed. We got the right kind of guys here. I'm proud of what they did. Everything's hunky-dory. We don't expect to have any changes in this. And that's what... Jimmy, thank you very much for the super chat. That's where I was like, wait a minute. Stephen Jones. No, hold on, dude. You satisfied with that? You satisfied with just winning one playoff game now? Thank you very much. I'm sorry, the super chats are flying through here too quick. I can't keep up with them. I'm actually looking at this on my cell phone as opposed to here. Let's see. E-Rock, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. So that's where the Cowboys, and the Cowboys, whichever way the winds blows, they make changes. They screwed up. I'll be honest. The whole thing with Des Bryant was just flat out ugly. They should have let him go. Beginning free agency last year. But for whatever reason, they hung on, and they screwed his opportunity. Thomas Garrett, thank you very much. Yeah, you're right. They told Garrett to shut up. And he's doing that. But that's where you have to start thinking, is there another dynamic that is going on with the Cowboys that we don't know about? Because I sense an urgency right now with the Cowboys that We're close. And we need to do this and get this thing done now. Like I said, it's all speculation. I'm putting two and two together. It might end up being five or six. I don't know. But something is going on behind the scenes here. I don't know if they're talking to some people and looking at it because they are almost too quiet about everything. But you'll make the best of it, Jason Garrett. Okay, I hope you do. But listen, I would love Jason Garrett to win the Super Bowl. I would love to have won this year. I would have loved for 2014. But wow, Christopher, 3 a.m. in Paris and you're up watching this. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is where you have to look at it and say, is this going to be able to be the winning formula? And I'm not trying to crucify him. I'm just saying, look, what is going to be the best thing for this team to do? Well, I appreciate it, Corey. But don't just listen to me. Listen. Here's the thing. Don't get all your news from one source. The best thing is to listen to as many different opinions as possible. Get as many facts as possible and try and come up with your own conclusions. A lot of times people will just listen to stuff from one source and all of a sudden they believe that that's the way it is, and all of a sudden if that source is wrong, then everything you're believing in is wrong. So question authority. Tell you what. Is this really happening? I don't know. All I know is it's kind of strange how Jason Garrett started out talking and now you don't hear about a contract extension. You don't have Jason Garrett saying anything. We know Kellen Moore is going to be calling plays. I don't think Kellen Moore is going to become head coach. Let's not go crazy. But there's still a dynamic, and like I said, I haven't had enough time to really go through and look at everything. But there's still the rumors out there about Sean Payton and that dynamic. And you know, Sean Payton, a lot of people say, no, why would he go ahead and leave New Orleans, man? He's got Drew Brees. Drew Brees is 40 years old. New Orleans 2016 was ready to get rid of him after 7-9, 7-9, 7-9. It's hunky dory right now. But see, you start saying, okay, after Drew Brees, what's next? Now you're talking about, I got to find a quarterback. You know, you're talking about a team that's going to be starting to get old. They have a bunch of free agents that are going to end up having to get paid. So now you're talking about having to rebuild a team. And he does have a house in Dallas. You look at the Cowboys and you say, they've got talent on both sides of the ball. You've got Chris Richard over there that'll take care of the defense. And in New Orleans, he has a GM that ends up providing the talent for him as well. It's not that far of a stretch. I don't think it'll happen this year, but look out for next year. North Carolina's biggest fan, how you doing tonight? Jason Garrett, Mike, Christopher, Jason Garrett. Give me 10 years, Mark Holmes, and I promise. Okay, Boomer Sooner. Cam, NBA, Cowboys for life, Raymond Salinas, Sean Payton is a dream. And see, that's where you have to start saying, you know, Jerry Jones always has the best of everything. Deion Sanders, Christopher, Alex T, Joseph. I'm glad to see you on here on a regular, Joseph. Man, I've missed you, buddy. Chaz Jewell, how you doing, man? Bree's not retiring. No, I'm not saying he's retiring this year, but here's the thing about it, though. At 40, quarterbacks, look at what happened with Peyton Manning. The first year they went to the Super Bowl with Denver, he was playing lights out. The year after that, it was like he literally dropped off a cliff. And the final year, they didn't win it because of him being a quarterback. Quarterbacks get old overnight, just like boxers get punch drunk overnight. So you can look at that and say, you know what? How much time is Drew Brees really going to have? Dak wants the power of 4. Well, you know what? You know how Dak could get one of those, Jason Garrett? Just come down to the United Way set, down to the NFL Experience. I'll make sure there's one there for him. How about that? And that's actually the reason why we're actually here. Is if you guys, trust me, if you guys are down here in Atlanta, okay, go to the NFL Experience and make sure you find the United Way virtual reality setup. Okay, last year it was actually really cool because you put the, I'm old. I know I'm old. I don't play video games a lot, so for me it was incredible. But you put the hood on there and stuff, and then you've got the football. So you're picking up the football, and it was like, God, it's like I really picked up the football. And so they're asking you all these different questions. You got these moving targets, and you're trying to throw the football at the moving targets and all that booming. Some NFL players that are talking to you and everything. It looks really cool. And we ended up having, some of the Minnesota Viking players and stuff that were coming over there. So you were seeing, like, Kyle Rudolph and stuff was there. God, what's his name who had that? Oh, jeez. Wide receiver for him that had that incredible catch in the playoffs there. Oh, my God. I'm having a brain fart. He was over there. So, yeah, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was there last year, and so on. So, but this year it's going to be even crazier because all of the NFL honors Man of the Year nominees are invited, and Dak Prescott is invited to come. Dak, Mr. Campbell's Soup. He's got a contest too on Twitter. Make sure you retweet that because he's going to be giving away tickets and stuff at the game or something like that. So, Dak. That's my boy. Okay. Let's be honest. I'm all in for Dak. Is Kellen Moore the next Sean McVay? Cleveland, I can't tell you. But please stop sending me the John Gruden tapes of Kellen Moore. Okay? I done got 50,000 tweets, emails, YouTube mentions, Instagram, Facebook. Everybody's like, look at this. Check it out. Check it out. That's like, I've seen it. I got it. Okay. John Gruden said he was a genius. Said his skills as a quarterback suck. But he's got the mind to be a great coach. And that may be the case. I will say a potted meat sandwich would probably be better than Scott Linehan. So from that standpoint, he's got to be better. If he just learns to go ahead instead of every time run up the middle on fourth down. How about throwing in a quarterback sneak just once in a while? How about a rollout on fourth down? Just once in a while. That alone would make it a better play call. How about listen to your players a little bit when they say, you know what, I can beat this guy over here. He's squatting on me. I can do a double move and I can go deep. I can blow past him, coach. Trust me. We can do this. If he does that, he's already a better coach than Scott Linehan. You feel me? Boy, my eyes are really bloodshot, aren't they? I guess after 4 hours of sleep, that's what you get. And play, oh my God, play action. Here's the thing. I believe it was 3 years ago, we were leading the NFL in play action with like 21% of the time. We were doing play action and we were killing people. We were leading the league. But we're still at 21% of play action, where now teams are doing like 25 to 30% of play action. And play action these days, guys, higher percentage of probability because you're making the defense question. You are holding the linebackers because when you've got a running back like Zeke Elliott, here's the thing. If he's been eaten and he's double stuffing, you got 8 men in the box. He's been killing you all day. You're trying to get a jump on him. You're trying to get to the point of attack before he gets a load of speed on him. That's why play action works. Because you're getting the players to hesitate. In NFL, you only need that much hesitation. If the linebackers bite into there and you're rolling out, oh crap, now I've got to make a move and go in the opposite direction. Oh crap, I'm a quarterback. I bid on it. Double move. Wide receiver's gone past you. And it keeps them guessing so you don't sell out. And I honestly am worried about Zeke Elliott's career. We can't constantly keep using him as a battering ram. You keep running him up the middle, play after play after play, 25, 30 times a game. He is going to, I'm sorry if I missed Super Chat. It's hard to keep up with him. Stella 300, thank you very much for Super Chat. I appreciate it. Shout out to Michael Anthony. Give us a wave, fam. Okay, is Michael on here? I figured he'd be partying right now at the house. But we've just got to start mixing things up. Now, some things are going to help this team, regardless of what's called. One, Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup, first part of the season, he had a flash here or there. But Michael Gallup, as the season went on, was able to start getting better and better going deep. We get an off season here before OTA start out. I'm sure probably about 2-3 weeks from now, what you're going to see is Dak and the wide receivers getting together and just doing some work. They'll be doing some after mini camp and stuff, before training camp and stuff. They'll be getting together, just throwing out, just throwing the ball, going down to Florida, go fishing, and just throwing the ball together and working on just getting down some moves and some timing. Michael Gallup got that rookie year under his belt, and you could see him beginning to become more of a deep threat. And if he can, and if Cole Beasley goes, what you could actually do is take Amari Cooper and put him in the slot, because he is fantastic in traffic and he's got short hands. He can get in that slot, come across the middle, catch that ball in time, and take it to the house. Those two factors right there are going to make that offensive dynamic better. Your offense is going to be better because Travis Frederick is going to be able to start working out. You get Travis Frederick back in the center, and that's no shade on what Joe Looney did. Joe Looney did an outstanding job for first year, a year that he didn't have any idea he was going to get on the field. But what you now have is he can also play guard. He could be a swing guard. So if Zach Martin gets hurt again, you can play there. Or if Connor Williams doesn't have it, he can play there. But you can take Connor Williams, who now has had that rookie year behind him. What I would do is I just take him to like Whataburger every single day and fatten his ass up. And I'd move him out to tackle. And I'd take La'el Collins and move him back to guard, because as a guard, that guy could be 30, 40 yards downfield, killing people, doing 2 knockout blocks in one play. But regardless, what you have now is an offensive line that is going to be able to be in better shape, that's going to be stronger, that now has guys with valuable minutes. Cam Fleming, you got valuable time behind Tyron Smith and actually playing. So that offensive line is going to be better right there. We're not going to be so much where all of a sudden you got Xavier Salafao starting, or you've got Connor Williams, who the first half of the season is like a deer with his, caught in the headlights. Those guys will be better. And if Dad, Carol, I'm not Dad. No. Just leave Mike alone. Well, Mark, can you marry my daughter? Jason, what? I'm married. What are you guys talking about? Okay, let's not get crazy. 16-0. Come on, man. Mark for offense coordinator. It's okay. I'd rather just be here being a Monday morning quarterback. But that's going to be better. But the biggest thing that we need to focus on, if we can get a one great piece, just one. If we can get ourselves a great tight end. Edwin, what's up, man? Edwin, more than a wide receiver, it's tight end. It's tight end. Because today's tight end are like your number one wide receiver. When you look at what a Zach Ertz did for the Eagles, when you look at what the Gronk has done for New England, that's the missing piece. And when you see Dak Prescott back in there trying to buy time, and he's looking and looking and looking, what he's looking for is what's not there. The security blanket. Every Dallas Cowboy team has had one. You have a great tight end that when the play's breaking down. L4 Custom Fabrications, thank you very much for the super chat. When the play is breaking down, the original was Jay Novacek. Troy Aikman knew, oh crap, there's a blitz. Jay, catch it, save me, bail me out. Avoid the sack. Get me 8-10 yards. Tony Romo, for sure, had Jason Witten his whole career. Can you honestly say that our tight ends, Blake Jarman played better going down the stretch? There we go. Like Jarwin played better going down the stretch, but he was never really that security blanket. If we could get that on the offense, oh man, Kellen Moore could be a genius. I'm talking too loud. Mama's watching TV in the other room. Um, the problem is who can we get tight end that's going to be enough for a safety valve? Still, hey, you got draft picks. Draft picks is where you're going to look. I see a couple people in here talking about Earl Thomas. And I'm kind of waffling on the fence about Earl because I worry about Earl now is a year older and has had injuries and stuff and how much cheddar he's going to make. That's the biggest key is how much money is he going to cost you because basically you're looking at him for about 2 years. And that's the problem with big name free agents is you're basically renting him for 2 years. And so you have to kind of say, all right, what are we going to be able to get and how much is he going to demand? And you don't know if he's going to give a Dallas Cowboys a decent price. I know Landon Collins, I'd rather actually have Earl Thomas than Landon Collins. I'm just sorry, Landon Collins got that giant stank on him. Well, and Mr. Truckee, that may be true that he can't demand as much, but then again, you never know because sometimes, I don't know. We'll just have to see where it is. Is Cole Beasley going to be a Cowboy? I actually think not. Cole wants to get about $7 million a year, and he wants to basically get more playing time. I can't say that I blame him because, your window in the NFL is short. And he's looking at, if you guys want to pay me and play me, then I'm going to go someplace that will because how many years do I have left? If Austin can stay healthy, he could fit in that spot. What if he's scrubbing from head to toe? Landon Collins is trying to get the Giants. I don't know, man. That's kind of like being a skunk. Brian from SoCal, what's up, man? LG4. All right. Cole to Patriots. Kevin Moore could use Rico and give him. And that's going to be the other interesting dynamic with Kellen Moore is you have so many guys that are kind of in the doghouse. Rico is definitely one of those guys that's been in the doghouse because it's amazing how they said that you can't put Rico out there because he's a liability. He's going to get somebody killed blocking. Yet they used him all season blocking. He said it's not about the money, it's about utilizing. Well, that's true too, because again, he got put in the doghouse as well. And I think it may, actually, let's connect the dots. Here's the dynamic that you can look at with Rico as well as Cole Beasley. Both the guys do rap. Now, Rico ended up, I think, signing the petition or joining the Facebook page of Fire Jason Garrett, which didn't look good there either. But you can look at Dez was in that doghouse. You can look at Rico. You can kind of look at Cole Beasley in there as well. You can look at Bryce Butler. Anytime anybody says anything about that offense, all of a sudden they're in the doghouse. Poor Atlanta Falcons. I think Chris Richard wouldn't need too much to commit. I mean, let's face it, Earl Thomas has basically been saying, come get me, okay? He came into our locker room. How much more convincing does he need to want to be at Dallas? He was telling Dallas, trade for me. Hey, guys, I'm over here. Come get me. So the question will be, is just how much? I think Tech's going to be more like $20 million. But see, here's the thing that you can do with it, though. The $20 million won't be a $20 million cap hit next year. What it'll end up being is he'll probably get a $100 million contract and stuff, and his first year will probably be maybe $10 million. They'll save money on what they paid this year because the signing bonus and the guaranteed money is prorated over the life of it. So you could say the first year, okay, hypothetically, let's say this. let's say it's $50 million signing bonus and guaranteed money, just hypothetically, just to keep it easy, on a, let's say, 100 million 5-year deal. Okay, so 50 million is the signing bonus and guaranteed money. You divide that over the life of the contract, so that means it's costing you $10 million a year. Then you take the other $50 million, and you could say the first year is, well, first year we're only paying you $1 million. Second year we're paying you 10 million. So that means that first year your cap hit would only be $11 million. And then the next year would be a $20 million hit. So you follow what I'm saying there? So there's ways you can be creative with it where you don't have to pay a whole. This is the thing that Dallas Cowboys are great at. And I almost laugh when people say, you can't sign everybody. Yes, you can. The Dallas Cowboys have gone into the offseason with being $25 million over the cap, end up flipping triggers here and there on Tony Romo's or DeMarcus Lawrence or Tyron Smith to grab extra cash or restructure contracts so that way they can give it. They can sign Dak, they can sign Zeke, they can sign Tank, they can go get a free agent, they can sign Byron Jones and still have money left over. So don't believe the hype on that stuff. But here's the caveat. We got into cap hell because sooner or later you have to pay guys. As long as they are still productive and you are getting value for them, then it's okay. Tyron Smith's number last year was $17 million. It wasn't because that was what it was originally scheduled to be at that point, but they used the triggers. The triggers are basically the signing of a pen, changing money into guaranteed money. He's not getting any money. He's not giving back any money, which is what people always say. Oh, he's such a team guy. He gave money back. No, he didn't get money back. No. They just said, here, this is now guaranteed. You will definitely get this, even if we cut you. So it's nothing that the player did that just kind of was team friendly. They just moved money around. But if it ends up being like Tony Romo, who got hurt and can't play, or like the Redskins' Alex Smith, where you guaranteed $71 million and he can't play, you still get hit with that money. So it is a bit of a gamble. But you got to say, DeMarcus Lawrence, it would be one thing if you had a young guy that you could say, okay, Zeke, I still got to figure this thing out. It's not like you got a young guy that's there, you say, okay, this guy can step in this place. Kind of like what happened with Kansas City with Mahomes. They could say, we can let Alex Smith go because we know Mahomes can replace him and he's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper for several years. You ain't got nobody on the defense like that. And literally right now, if you take DeMarcus Lawrence off that defense, it's nowhere near the same. So you got to look at the value of what he does for everybody else. A lot of people will say, whoa, LG custom fabrication. Damn, man, what's up with that? It hasn't shown up on here. I see it over here. Thank you. Oh, jeez. I missed that one. Wow. Appreciate that. You got to look at it and say, what he brings, and a lot of people say, well, he didn't have that many sacks. I understand what he does is, because he had such a good year the year before, people are worried about stopping him. So he's getting more double teams. He's getting that extra back. He's getting that tight end that are keying on him because they're going to say, we don't want that guy to be this. But what you'll notice is then your guys like Antoine Woods, you'll notice that Taco, those guys are now picking it up because of the attention that he's getting. And that's one of those things that you got to understand, that sometimes the numbers and statistics on the field aren't true to what a player will bring. That's why I said Calais Campbell years ago. Now, Calais is a little bit older. He's towards the end of his career now. It's not advantageous now, although he's still great. But 2 years ago when he was a free agent, I said, if you get that guy on the line, he will make everybody else around him better. Because the defensive line, you get more bang for the buck than anywhere else in the field. You can have a great corner, but if you don't have 3 great corners in a pass rush, guess what? They're going to hit one of these other guys. Okay? So you can go ahead and try and get a Revis Island, but if everybody else is underwater, it don't matter. You can have a couple of great linebackers, But if you don't have people up front that can stop the offensive line from getting the second level, it doesn't matter. But if you get a beast on the line, a guy who within 2 seconds is on the quarterback, guess what? That means your cornerbacks only have to hold up for a 2 count. There's a big difference of holding up for a 2 count versus 5, 6, 7 seconds like we've seen Aaron Rodgers have. Okay? If you got a beast on the line who's requiring double teams, then that means that guard is having to worry about having to help block this guy. That means he's not getting up to the second level for your linebackers. Your linebackers are now able to scrape. That's why you pay a guy like that on the line. So there shouldn't be any question. He's shown his durability the last 2 years since the back surgery 2 years ago. So you got to take care of that guy. So forget about the numbers that you're seeing. Oh, it went down. No, it's because he did so good that people are trying to stop him. Golden Tate is a good run blocker and slot receiver. Golden Tate used to be the Cowboys killer when he was with the Lions, as well as also with when he was with Seattle. This year with the Eagles, not so much. Why are you here at AF? Yeah, Edwin, right. He's off the books now, but he was on the books last year. The last 2 years, he was still on the books in dead money, as well as we had $25 million in dead money this past year between Romo, between Dez, between we had 2 linemen that were still on the books. Not big names. They were only like 2 million back or so. The big ones were Dez and Tony Romo, but we had like 25 million in dead money. So that's one of those things you got to look at and say, okay, we're okay. You know your quarterback. You can go ahead and pay him because the quarterback's going to be there. Zeke is the one that's kind of the wild card that you worry about because running backs have a tendency to fall off a cliff real quick. They don't have a long shelf life. So if you're looking at more than say a 4-year deal, then you got to start worrying, especially the way we are using Zeke, literally as a battering ram. No more backloading contracts. Now, but see, here's the thing. You got to look at this. A couple things that are working in your favor. Salary cap has been going up $10 million a year, easily. 2022, there's going to be probably a work stoppage. And there probably will be an uncapped year in there as well. You just got to be careful how you sign people during that uncapped year because we don't want to be like the Redskins or ourselves. They got penalized because, of course, they don't like us. But what's going to happen is you're going to see an Amazon, a Google, or Yahoo Sports. One of those guys are going to step up to the plate and start streaming NFL football. The NFL is already beginning to stream Sunday night games and Thursday night games on Twitter and everything else. They're feeling it out. They are feeling it out. Somebody is, and the reason they're feeling it out is they're trying to show people how viable it is. Hey, look how many people are watching this on Twitter right now. Don't you want a piece of this? Don't you want to be the exclusive one to be able to stream this? Show me the money, and it's yours. And when that kicks in, that's a new big pile of money that's going to go into the NFL kitty, which is going to go into the salary caps. Okay? And understand, when you sign a big contract today, it's a lot friendlier down the road. See, people say, wait till next year to sign Dak. Make him, free. No. Quarterback money's not going to go down next year. It's going to continue to go up. If they had signed DeMarcus Lawrence before Khalil Mack went, you might have gotten him for $17 million a year instead of $20. You follow the logic there, guys? It's only going to continue to go up. At AF. Who is AF? AF. I'm sorry, I'm sitting here. I keep seeing the same comment here. Wait a minute, let me. What's up? How you doing? Once left guard is out, we won't need a fullback. And well, again, our offense basically still is predicated on using a fullback. Um, what's the problem with Jackson? Why we drafted him? You don't always hit on guys. You know, sometimes you're gonna have guys that just don't work out. Oh, AF is a Bears fan. That's okay, man. I got fans that from all over the place that come hang out here, man. I had coming down the road. I had New England fans. So everybody's welcome to come in and join. This is a Dallas Cowboy channel, but it's all about the NFL. And quite frankly, I'm down here at the Super Bowl. It's not like our team's been in the Super Bowl in quite a while, is it? So, you know what I'm saying? Um, Carol, enough. Come on, drop it. He's not interested. He's not that into you, okay? Connor Williams is good technique. Well, Connor Williams was better after he got hurt because I think it gave him a chance to catch his breath. Connor Williams had a tendency to lose his technique, and he ended up playing what I call chess games because he'd get up here like this and get off balance. You've got to be able to stay low and keep what I call that Z, where your upper body has the lean and you've got your knees bent. So your body is basically like a Z that's ready to react, to be able to move and to keep your hands. When you get up high up here like this, you're off balance and you just cannot block well. And that's what happened to Connor Williams a lot before he got injured. After he got to sit out a couple of games, I think he was able to catch his breath, be able to watch and get back into form. Because when he actually filled in for Zach Martin in the Eagles game, he played actually lights out. Silver Time, thank you very much for Super Chat. Sorry, I've been watching when you're live streaming with the cell phone, you're getting the chats, but it seemed like I kept getting the same responses. I kept seeing about AF, why are you here? AF, why are you here? And not seeing it. So if I missed your super chats, forgive me. I've got my laptop down here, but then I look down here, I can't look up there. So it's kind of jacked up. It's not as cool as when I'm got my whole setup set up. I just was after the 10 hours of driving and 2 hours of driving around here, it was just like I don't feel like pulling all this stuff out right now at this time. Because tomorrow morning we got to go down and get our credentials and things, so we can be able to get into the things that we need to get into and stuff. You talk about probably the most secure location in the world is being at a Super Bowl because they don't play. We want Joe Boo. We want Joe Boo. Well, Boo actually he's in the other room just chilling after the drive and stuff. Um, so it is. It's crazy. I'm going to tell you how crazy this is. We got our credentials last year in Minnesota. You know, you go through. You've got it literally months ahead. You have if you do not have your paperwork and stuff in, and I'm talking everything, passport, this, that, and the other, months ahead, you can't get the credentials. And we were told San Francisco, they actually have facial recognition a couple of years ago. Like facial recognition, really? When we walked in to get our credentials, how you doing, Mr. Holmes? What? I didn't say who I was. I didn't pull my ID out. They knew who you were when you walked in. Another thing that blew me away in was it Houston? I think it was in Houston. Houston, you could pick out. They had where they're using all the cameras and everything else, cell phone pictures, everything else, where they literally could do a whole three-dimensional stadium shot. I actually could pick myself out walking out from my seat. So Super Bowl ain't the place to try anything. But tomorrow morning we gotta get our credentials and we're gonna be going to NFL Experience because that opens up tomorrow and things, and we're gonna start doing some pictures, social media, and everything else, and it's gonna be really, really cool. Like I said, there's nothing like a Super Bowl, and I just wish my Cowboys were here. God, I wish my Cowboys were here. But when you see the NFL experience, when you see the kids and stuff that are running the 40 or doing like the draft stuff and things like that, when you see all of the different merchandise, all the different locker room setups, you see players left and right, you see, NFL. Here it is like last year, it was cool. Inside NFL experience, they'll have like different setups, like NFL Network will have their spot that's up in there. And we were standing behind the set the night before the Super Bowl, and they got Sheila E in there. Sheila E's in there with the Sheila. I mean, okay, I'm old, but Sheila E was like the dream girl growing up. So here it is, Sheila E with the drums with Deion Sanders and stuff. We're behind the cameras and everything else. You go out, there'll be Super Bowl City and things. You'll see ESPN and Fox Sports and stuff. You'll see all of the stuff set out there. When we were in New York, we were behind Mike Pereira and stuff, and he was talking to me with Joe. I mean, it's just like, it's incredible. And it's literally fans everywhere. You'll see Packer fans, Eagle, I mean, every fan in the world. And it's just like a huge party. And I am as excited as can be to bring you as much of it as possible. And I hope and pray that our Cowboys are finally. Why do we keep saying, damn it, Carol? That's the inside joke. When we were at the Redskin Cowboy game, FedEx Field, we were there first thing. We were the first car in line to get into the parking lot because I wanted to get set up so we get our chicken wings, get everything going and all that for our tailgate. And as soon as we pulled in, there was a guy yelling at this woman, Carol. Carol worked there, okay? Because Carol's supposed to be checking people to make sure they have their tags and stuff. So these people went through. The guy's like, "Damn it, Carol! Carol, I told you, check their ID." So whenever something goes wrong, we always say, "Damn it, Carol!" Okay, so it's an inside joke, all right? Nothing to do with you, Carol. It's a Carol at FedEx Field, unless that's you. Is that you? Okay. Oh, no problem, Joseph. I appreciate it. No, Carol, but although I think Michael has said, damn it, Carol, a couple times when you keep asking for his phone number. Carol is block, 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 block. Oh, boy. Okay, guys, enough with the Tony Romo. Tony Romo, listen. Tony Romo's not coming back. Tony Romo is not going to be your hero to save the day. I wouldn't leave CBS to come through, because you know why? A lot of us Cowboy fans are assholes, and the minute we lose a game, guess what? We're going to be treating them like Jason Garrett. Why leave that high-paying job for one that's going to be less money that I got to work around year-round when I can go play golf in the off-season football? Mark Believe, okay. Peyton Manning for coach? Okay. UGGG, my questions are not getting seen. Damn it, Carol. Okay, I just saw you, Stephanie. I'm sorry. Mike Flowers. Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, let me put it up here. My store is actually Teesprings. Cowboy Joe Boo store. I'll put the link in for it. Hold on one second. I'm hoping, oh my God. If Dak shows up at the United Way set, I will literally die. No, I won't die. Because I'll see him in April. That's actually the Joe Booth store for t-shirts and stuff. If you actually want to get, I wish you up with me. You're killing me, Smalls. Somebody come. Oh, Lord. He's not answering your calls. Okay, maybe because you're not calling the right number because he didn't give it to you. She's the same one. Oh, man. Glad you're there. Said players for you. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, we end up having a bunch of them come through. I know Demario Davis is going to be there. Demario is actually, he's an incredible dude. That was another one of those guys that I said, and don't get me wrong, that was before we drafted Connor Williams and we knew he was going to play lights out. But Demario Davis, that dude is the real deal. You're talking about a guy that prepares constantly. Just talking with him, his whole attitude on life and everything else, where he literally gets his mind, his body, and everything straight, and he is like a freight train when that dude comes. And that's one of those guys that said, no, I, I, I called up Brian Bro. I said, Brian, look, tell them Demario Davis. I said, Brian, tell you, dude, Demario Davis. He's like, man, I ain't got no pull on who they sign on the team. And I'm like, seriously though, tell them Demario Davis. And dude has been an absolute beast. He played lights out for the Jets last year. I think 135 tackles, 6 sacks. I mean, and then New Orleans, he went down there, got paid, and he played lights out. You saw what he did to us against the Saints game. He was about the only Saint that played really well. If you're Jason Garrett, you can't say anything, or else it seems like you get shot down. So that's where I kind of think you got to be. If you're Jason Garrett, you got to be worried a little bit. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You drove from Virginia to Louisville, Kentucky. I was dog tired by the time. Yeah, it's a lot, Bill. It was about 10 hours to get here to Atlanta. So tomorrow morning, we'll start doing some, starts getting. Carol is not related to me. No, she's not. She's trying to get related to me by being a daughter-in-law. Beasley didn't say anything either. Well, he kind of said that the balls get determined by the front office. Um, here's the site for Joe Boo shop. It's Teespring Cowboy Joe Boo. So if you click on that, you can actually go there and buy the t-shirts. Okay, Carol, don't ask again. I'm not going to tell you that he's not going to call you again. Appreciate it, Michael. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I came about this close to saying, I'm kind of tired. I got to get up early. Maybe you won't do it tonight. But I said, no, I got to do that. Yeah, Jason Garrett, I agree. Carol is not playing either. Damn it, Carol. Carol may be a Nigerian scammer. Yeah, you're right. Khalil Mack is a beast. I ain't gonna lie to you on that one. Sheila, I don't know if he's about to be fired, but you know what? I think the Cowboys found somebody better. At this point, listen, he only got 1 year left in his contract. If you're gonna do something, now's the time to do it, as opposed to signing him to another contract where you know big money. Um, oh, we know you're passionate. You Chicagoans are definitely passionate about your teams. Great sports town. Just Garrett is just not able to talk anymore. Cat's got his tongue, or Jerry's got his tongue. See, Monty, you up here starting junk, man? Come on, man. I smell catfish. Oh yeah, we're gonna be going. We're gonna have another draft trip. We're gonna get the guys together. E2 Blue, DMV, Clarence, Michael Anthony Fitness, myself. We're definitely all going to be going to the draft. I can't wait for that. Even though we don't have a first round pick currently, we will still be. Oh, and of course, the stinking New York Giant fan will definitely be there. And Lord knows that'll be a big pick for those guys. How can Garrett? Because we made the playoffs. That's basically it. You're good enough to make the playoffs, but not good enough to make the Super Bowl, so you get the consolation prize. You get to kiss your daughter, or kiss your sister. Not that did no, hey, no, hold on now. She's good people, man. Rashid saved the day twice now because he got the AV and stuff working. If it wasn't for Rashid, we wouldn't have had the TVs working. So come on, man. He's got some value. Oh, Thomas, yeah, we're going to have a ball, man. We're going to be bringing down more chicken wings than you can shake a stick at, man. Corey, I would love for us to win the Super Bowl, man. God, I would love for that. Emmett was a beast, man. How you doing, DJ? Thank you very much, Kenneth. Um, we need a nose guard. I haven't heard nose guard since back in my day when I played nose guard at JMU. Now it's nose tackle. You don't very rarely hear the term nose guard anymore. It's kind of funny. Peace Hector, or Halter, Rivera's. Of course, I remember Russell Maryland. Russell Maryland was a beast. Russell Maryland and Leon Lett in the middle, man. Those two guys were killers. Am I making pork shoulders? Yeah, oh, definitely at the draft. Oh yeah. I tell you what, I got this new smoker that is like huge. I cooked 8 pork shoulders in there before the Redskin game. 8. It was like 70 pounds of pork. And we used it all up too. Russell Maryland is Carol's uncle. Okay. Man, oh my God, we had such a ball at the draft. Oh God. That trip, just driving down the road talking football for 23 hours and stuff with the guys, man, that was incredible. And then analyzing the draft coming back and stuff, man, that was incredible. Yeah, you gotta love some smoked meat. Um, oh Lord. Carol says she'll be at the draft. Damn it, Carol. Um, yeah, the defense next year, I think it definitely will be. And I think Chris Richard is going to be putting more of a stamp on the defense next year as well. And I think he's going to have more input on bringing in the players and stuff, especially at the draft, as well as possibly some free agents in there to try and really take it to another level. Landon Collins. I see a lot of people talking about Landon Collins. I'm not so sure about that one. Hope we don't take a step back because of coaching, James. I hear you on that, but I tell you that I look at Jake Long is getting a little long in the tooth. So, I mean, he's still playing well and all that, but he's getting kind of up there now. Um, Here's the thing that I look at for this team: the things that are going to be going forward, and I don't go back, and it's getting running out of time here. I think the fact that, for the most part, this team being as young as it is, it's going into an off-season healthy. One of the biggest problems, and forgive me, I'm kind of tired here. Oh, Lord, back's kind of hurting. Okay, okay, this is how we're going to end this right here. Okay, things that are going for our team right now. This team is young, it's healthy, and going into it, it's feeling good because they got the playoff win. You have a lot of new guys that really did not have a full offseason to get themselves together. Amari Cooper is going to get better with a repertoire with Dak Prescott just because they have time. Michael Gallup's going to get better because he's no longer a rookie. Connor Williams is going to get better because he's going to have a season off season to fatten up and hopefully get a little bit better on his belt. And it's so young that you're going to have these guys who are not going out here having to get a whole bunch of surgeries. Now, I know Antoine Woods had the torn labrum. He got worked on immediately at the end of the season, but we're not talking about guys that are going through having to have back surgery or, recover from a back injury or a rib injury, things like that. These guys are healthy now. They could be playing right now at an elite level. That's going to bode well for them being able to get in plenty of time working in OTAs and minicamp and everything else, where they're going to get valuable reps in. Because let's face it, getting a guy back in training camp, you've missed half of what's going in on the team because there's not that many practice during camp. That's going to help us a lot. And the fact that this team is finally learning how to win, we ended up having victory in so many games that we ended up losing, finding ways to lose. Whereas this year was the first opportunity that you looked at games that we normally would have lost, that these guys kind of found ways to win. And I believe that they're going to carry that through. This season that went well and going up on, on a higher level than they started, hopefully will continue next year as a trend. So that's what we can at least hope for. Anything can happen. Guys can get hurt. You just don't know because it's football and it's crazy. But guys, I'm tired. I got 4 hours sleep last night, drove 650 miles, and I'm tired. But first thing tomorrow morning, you're going to get your first look at NFL experience downtown, and we'll be talking about what else? The Dallas Cowboys. I'm Mark Holmes, and I've given it my all. And I am out of here until tomorrow morning. Thank everybody for all the support and all the super chats. I'll see you soon.